Jönköping. And this might be the last time that I've actually said that, because Virtus.pro, they took game 2 also off of Na'Vi, and it's a best of 5, so the next match could potentially be the last one. Now, Virtus.pro, what was it that they did so right that Na'Vi could not beat?
Honestly, in my the draft.
Draft?
Ninja'd in there before me. Like, they pick these cores that don't have any disable, and then they pick supports that don't have any disable. I was out talking to Scriff, and I was like, they have a disruption, it's kind of a disable. Like, I can see where they're going with their setup. You know, you can do like a Requiem on top of it. There's cool kind of ways of doing it, but against a center ulti, you know, they're just gonna walk away.
Yeah, the thing that surprises me the most about the Na'Vi draft is that usually when you see Shadow Demon and Dazzle as the support duo,
you have like a Leshrac,
you disrupt into a follow-up stun so that you can get a lot of damage out of your Shadow Wave, and each of the supports can get a couple of right clicks in. But they actually have disruption into Shadow Wave with Juggernaut Spin or with
Dagger?
Shadow Strike. So that for me was really weird. And then when you look over the general compositions, it looks like the kind of game where VP will be initiating every time. They have all the initiation tools. They have the Tusk, they have the Centaur, they even have the Rubik, who also gets to blink this game. And Na'Vi have to play reactionary all the time. And even when they get ahead in a fight, they can also just disengage with Stampede and be like, let's just pretend nothing happened.
Even Silencer ulti as well. They have 2 ways to disengage or re-engage. Like, it's very difficult.
And even the Sigil.
Lumi, what do you think went? Come on.
I think Synderen hit the nail on the head. Is that correct?
It is. That's probably the first time you've ever said a correct phrase.
That's correct. I definitely did that. Thank you, Lumi.
Did you practice that?
You said, yeah, I did. I paced around for 30 minutes working on that one. So I think the key word is it's too situational. If you look at what VP had, all their spells were good no matter what. The Stampede as a disengage spell. The Sigil was just like around. Nobody could kill it. They were doing a lot of... And I think the most situational spell for VP is actually the Silencer Global. But when you have so much good setup, you just Stampede in or you stun and you Global, and suddenly, what is Dazzle and Shadow Demon going to do? Hovos even had BKB Manta, or he was trying to go Manta for a majority of that game. And it felt like it wasn't enough. It felt like his team needed a Lotus Orb or something to just dispel Silence or Yule Scepters. And yeah, I think it was a clear out draft. I do have to say that my 3-1 prediction for Na'Vi is completely done.
Likewise. I actually had 3-2. Actually,
3-2?
yeah, I had 3-2.
We can still do it, Shiver.
We can.
The full comeback.
I think I'm looking all right.
What did you say? 3-2 VP?
Yeah.
So now we
I
need
said
to...
the first 3 games VP are going to win, and the second 2.
Okay, so now Na'Vi is in the same position as NIP a couple hours ago.
Yeah.
NIP looked like they were at least able to kind of come back and make a challenge. We know Na'Vi could definitely do it, but this is not the same Na'Vi as we saw last night, at least from the drafting standpoint.
I think when Na'Vi has their back against the wall as well, they're the kind of team, they have such experienced players that they can kind of come back from a situation like this. You know what I mean? They are capable of it. And if there's one team to do it, I'd say Na'Vi is the team for it.
Okay.
I am like 90% sure after that game that some of Na'Vi's players are just like, pick us something so we can go. Because the way we play, we go. We fight, we engage, and we bring the fight to the enemy team. And in this game, they kind of had to sit back and watch and hope for a mistake and then take the initiative. It's a very uncharacteristic draft for Na'Vi. If you showed me, like, if you blindly showed me those 5 heroes and you told me, guess which team picked this, they would be like bottom of my list of what teams should draft this. So I was really surprised to see them go this route. I think they maybe overthought things a little bit when they tried to counterpick all of the initiation from VP and then forgot to get what they needed themselves to actually do something. And they're not going to let it happen again. 100% sure. The question is if they can outplay them then.
Despite not having a 100% fighting lineup, we did have quite a few fights actually happening. And we have selected one for the non-drawing drawing board with Chainalytics.
Welcome to the TV on a stool. Right, so what we have here is basically Sigil and G on Leshrac, who completely dominated in pretty much all the games he's played Leshrac, actually. Like Lil just goes in, goes ham, gets a Sigil out right in the middle of them. And they can't actually like move correctly with the Sigil around them, and they can't kill it either. Like, I think Lil dies, but what happens here is G just walks in and gets this amazing splitter on both Funnick and Dendy, and then look at the amount of damage this Pulse Nova does.
That's crazy.
He's doing this without edict, mind you.
Yeah,
he hasn't
exactly.
skilled it yet. He's gonna get level 11.
And then the
from
sigil allows him to get vision to get the last lightning on art style as well. So I honestly don't think you can give VP this Leshrac. It's so powerful. It even does this little kind of cute juke as well.
It's really weird for me that has it even been first phase banned in any of VP's last 5 games? Did they get it like 5 games in a row?
Yes.
They had it all
so.
3 games against NIP. Am I wrong?
I can flip through my notes real quick, but I'm not that quick, so I'll just say
I think
yes.
the times when it's banned, they got Bristleback instead, I want to say.
And
that's
sometimes
another.
they got both.
Yeah, sometimes it. Yeah.
That's another issue.
VP banned it out themselves against Ninjas in Pajamas, the Leshrac that is.
In how many games?
In 2 at least.
Oh, okay. So
I
they
guess
definitely acknowledge the strength of it. I guess the games they banned it in were the ones where NIP had first pick.
And they probably wanted the Bristleback in the games as well. So.
Shane and I were just looking at the Rubik. We were saying that Leshrac deserved perhaps a first face ban, but what about Rubik? Maybe a second face ban? Because it seems like this hero
It wasn't
is just
only
doing
Leo.
way too much.
Yeah.
It's just
They
doing
pick
way
it
too much.
second every time, so you have to first face ban it if you don't want to give it away. I think. Don't they? It's like, or at least a lot of the time.
Okay. We'll say nothing.
Let's look at the draft.
Yeah, let's look at the draft. We can get some sneak previews here, but I think you people at home and also here live in the audience want to see the draft too. So it is time for perhaps our final game. We'll see how it goes. Na'Vi versus Virtus.pro here at DreamHack Summer.